Well, it is time to get those phones out and open up your camera because we have a QR code coming your way. Today on Design Time with Tri-City Furniture, you can scan the code right on your screen as you watch to get linked directly to more information about today's topic. So get that camera pointed at the screen and get ready. Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is Design Time. We're here today at Tri-City Furniture at your store. Kathy Kilborn, thank you for inviting us here today.
Thank you for coming.
We are talking about color. That's very important, and it's the impact of color and how it can change the visual size of furniture.
Yes.
So how can some pieces look smaller due to their color?
Well, we want to keep in mind that if we were using, for instance, black and we were wearing it, we feel that that actually has a slimming kind of look. So when we put it in furniture, it can actually work very similar, but it has to do with contrast. So if you have a light wall and use a very dark color on your sofa, it will have more presence. If you have a light wall and a light sofa, they will have a more blending effect, and so it won't have the appearance of being as dark. But I do caution, I've been in homes where they're really dark walls and then they have a white sofa. I mean, definitely see the white sofa, but the room itself will actually feel smaller. So you want to work with color according to your room size. We don't want to go too dark and small. We don't want to go too light and large, because then you never get the feel of a coziness. You want to give a little more color.
So what else might have an effect on this?
Well, the size of the furniture itself, but also what you're doing with it. So if you are going to use something maybe not as dark, like this blue, for instance, and you wanted to contrast your pillows, maybe smaller prints won't jump out at you like something that has a lot of contrast. You will really see that punch out and be much more noticeable. So blending of the tones is really the importance. We don't want to have too dark of contrast, but if you want your sofa to show up, you don't want to have a white wall and a white sofa, or it'll just all blend
in together. So a smaller room seems more difficult to design. So what should we keep in mind?
Well, again, probably middle of the road is the best for most people. And I like this sofa here is not too dark. It is a blend, so it gives off a little different colors. Sometimes it looks gray, sometimes it looks beige, but it allows for us to have a little flexibility. If I want to add color to the room, I might use a softer tone on the wall. What I do recommend is not to contrast your accent pieces. So for instance, we have an ottoman here. These are very small because it's a small space, so we don't want a giant ottoman, but the other thing would be to blend it in. Otherwise, when we walk into the room, the thing we will see will be the darkest piece. So maybe I would use a print like this with this sofa, so it's more blending, rather than using something like this, which when I walk in, I may say, wow, what an interesting ottoman. But that's not what we should see. We want to see the whole room.
So blending is important. Blending.
And so it's really important not to have too many things in a small space to be extreme. And so maybe like a piece of art, a little softer color, not bold, heavy colors, because that's the thing that will jump out to your eyes.
Even the artwork, that should also have that blending.
Very important. And the scale of it's a little bit smaller if it's in a small room.
Sounds good. Well, thank you again, Kathy, for inviting us here to Tri-City Furniture. We appreciate it. And thank you for joining us on this edition of Design Time.